Mm-hmm.
The Dr. Corgi cam.
A Corgi cam, as it were.
Dr. Corgi's Paul.
Oh, Dr. Corgi's doing better.
Good.
She's still limping around, and she's not allowed to take long walks or roughhouse with other dogs for a while. Well, Dr. Corgi's doing better.
Oh,
She's still limping.
Sorry, I'm playing. I have our YouTube channel up and open, and so we get to hear ourselves twice, which is really nice. It's Boom Ammo, and we're having fun today. We're going to make some M&M characters with the character challenge. Our buddy Alex is a little under the weather today, so he is. We got to keep those organs fresh. So he's taking a little breather. Already out the gate, AJ Real says, "Howdy, folks." Claude's here as well. Hey to you, my friend. Now, we have a special background sound effect, which will go throughout the entire program. It is Crystal Frasier using her psychokinetic powers to dismantle her home around her.
Don't be silly, Troy. It's just minions replacing the laser with the latest model.
I was trying to keep our secrets intact, but I'm glad you shared it because people need to know.
Yeah, Dr. Corgi cannot stand having last year's laser.
No, not
absolutely.
You know, my favorite part of the program is introducing YouTube. And it's wonderful to see you and hear you. Those minions are hard at work. I'm your Disembodied Troy. This is Crystal Frasier and Steve Kenson, and today is the Character Creation Challenge, which I'm a fan of. I really enjoy it, and feel better, Alex, says David Smith, and a good M&M Monday unto thee, Sean Vieira. We've got some things to talk about real quick before we bust into the good stuff.
Yeah, lots going on.
Yeah, lots going on. First of all, not the least of which is the Mutants and Masterminds PDF Mega Bundle, which is gangbusters. We are an Electrum bestseller. As a metal, I'm not exactly sure what Electrum does, but it sounds really electrifying. All you've got to do is head over to DriveThruRPG, or you can head over to the Green Ronin online store. We'll drop both of those links right now into the chat. Pick up. I'm still shocked. 56 PDF products for $29.99.
Barely 50 cents a book.
That's right. It's right. It's like, I think we did the math on it. It was like 53 cents for each of those. And again, you can pick it up from us at the store. You can pick it up at DriveThru, our buddies over at DriveThruRPG. And, I also want to mention that over on the Patreon, folks that were Hero or the Prime tier, they got this for free. That is amazing. We also went through and kind of picked some folks that were hanging out of the lower tiers, but have been with us for some time and dropped it over to that as well. Really, really excited about that.
We really appreciate our patrons. So.
We really do. We really do. And they've been sticking with us we got to figure out the right time, but it feels, we're moving into, are we moving into the end of our second year or into our third year?
I think we're into our third, aren't we, at this point?
What?
Just about.
Of course, we're talking about the Mutants and Masterminds Patreon at patreon.com/mutants and Masterminds. And, that's right. Yeah. Sean mentions that we also dropped it over to the Reddit mods. We did indeed. We do appreciate the stuff that goes on in the Reddit there. So much great advice, so much fun. In addition to that stuff going on, we've got this as well for folks who are fans of the True 20 system, which is sort of a simplified D20 kind of.
Yeah. Sort of Mutants and Masterminds, universal cousin.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I gotcha. The core collection, you can pick that up for $7.95. you bid or not bid, but pay over those threshold, which right now it looks like, where did I miss it? No, 1996. And you'll get 8 books
Mhm.
in the bundle. And that's what, $61 worth of value for,
Mhm.
less than $20. That's a pretty darn good deal. And they're only 5 hours, 53 minutes. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're just going to do this for 5 hours. So there's that. In addition, let's see here. Plus, look at this.
There's a lot going on.
Right?
We really do. And this is our last chance warehouse sale. Fantasy Age Campaign Builder's Guide, only 42 left. We warned you. And these, when people see this, they're like, I got to get it. So get in there and get that as you can. We've got good stuff across so many different products. We've got Blue Rose. We've got great fiction, World of Lazarus, which Mutants Masterminds holds a very special place in my heart, obviously. Fantasy Age as well. Modern Age, World of Lazarus. Crystal, this is just one of my favorites. I just absolutely love it.
It's the book that got me hired at Green Ronin.
Well,
it was the book I was hired to do. Because I like the Lazarus comics, because I'm a sucker for anything Greg Rucka writes.
Yeah, and this is, what a product. I absolutely love it. It is one of those books, one of the many books, but this is definitely, top of the pile for me that I can crack open when I'm just sort of like, I need to not think about anything but dystopian near future settings. But yeah, love it. Orc is, I want to get my hands on Orc just to sort of play around with it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the one I'm least familiar with. But we've got, here's Joe Carricker. We talk about the Sacred Band, not necessarily set in the Mutants and Masterminds universe, but it's superheroes. And they're gay, they're queer superheroes, written by our dear, dear friend, Joseph D. Carricker Jr., Road Trip to Ruin, Height of the Storm. Emerald City is, out of stock. Oh, no. What a bummer.
We sold out live last week.
We sure did. And I want to thank everybody in chat. That was fun to see. Countdown, not as fun for folks who are like, wait a minute, I want that. Get in here, get your last chance sale, warehouse sale stuff, and enjoy with our compliments. All right, so that's all that. We've got some actual work to be doing here, and that work is all about, as I talk slower and slower and get my...
How long did Troy stall?
We're going to show how quick and easy it is to build a character.
That's right. Yeah, quick and easy and fun. And we're going to do this in a mix of ways. So we're going to take some suggestions from friends in chat. We're going to also use a character generator, and let me get the link to you folks, and a superpower generator. And let me know, friends, I'll let you kind of follow along at the links that I'm dropping. You won't be actually able to follow along, but you'll be able to kind of play around with it and sort of get some ideas from those two websites. And then let's see it real fast. I just want to check the chat here. Claude says the PDF bundle on the Patreon was a cool surprise. Well, glad you enjoyed that. AJ Real says the same. It's an amazing bundle, says Sean Vieira. When the Seans say thumbs up, I gotta say we've done a thing right.
Or very, very wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Something really,
Definitely one of the others.
Sean Vieira says Greg Rucka rules. Queen and Country is so good. I'll have to check that out because Greg Rucka does rule. Let's see. Apuk bought a copy of the Gingerbread Kaiju game, and that's up on the schedule that we'll share a link to, and you can subscribe to. We planned out everything until the new year.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make gingerbread.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Should we, we can't do this without Alex. We did promise last show that we would get into the actual plays and stuff for the Patreon. Should we give that one more Monday, or you want to kind of maybe do that offline and introduce it? Or yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably so. We do need to schedule
It's really
things,
Alex's show.
Alex is next, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And we
I gotta
know, I mean, just, Alex. Go ahead.
Oh, I've got to think of something fall themed to run. Assuming I'm doing November, I could do something winter themed and go in.
Thought I was
December.
doing November, but could be either way.
I don't know if we've decided yet, but if you've got ideas, go for it. I could think
Could be either way.
I could hopefully think of something winter themed. I wrote a whole ice themed adventure for us. So.
Right?
So here's our challenge. Let's do something winter themed, but no ice powers. No, I'm kidding.
Fire powers it is.
Right?
Nice. I like
Here's
it.
what I'm thinking. Family drama, pyrokinetics.
Nice.
Just like roasting on an open fire.
Uncle Chet's roasting on an open fire.
Right?
This is good stuff. I love it. Well, so so we've already got at least 3 months of that planned out, which is nice. We did that in all about 30 seconds. A hot cocoa villain, sure, Dominic. I love it. So here we go. I'm going to
Java Jane, home for the holidays.
My favorite. All right, so now we're also through this
Have we ever
process. We're
released-
going to be using the Hero Lab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
A vital character creation resource for Mutants and Masterminds.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
It does all the math for you.
it does indeed. Now,
As Crystal and I have established, role-playing games were merely established to trick gay people into doing math.
It was
right.
very, very,
It's very cruel.
Very, very cruel. I mean, that trope lands right square in my book because I roll dice and I'm like,
Right.
Yeah, we
He's like,
hired Alex thinking we were going to get a token straight who could do math, but then Alex is bi, so we're all up
Right.
the creek.
Yep,
Yeah.
we tried.
We tried.
All-
I'm sorry. We really tried.
all 6 of us, we just really have a challenge now. Wait, what? 3, 4. Anyway, I'm lost. So let's start this. That Coco villain is part of the Savory Squad. Apu, you're going to get me in trouble.
Coco's not savory,
Coco's
though.
not savory.
You know what-
If it
If
is,
your
you're doing
cocoa
it
is
wrong.
savory, yeah.
You know what he's referring to. He's
Yes, we do, and we're not going
We
this
do.
time.
Talk about it.
grave danger to those who do. Let's talk about creating a character, and I've got. Of course, you can see the character generator up. Let's do this. I'm as much as I looked at it, I didn't look at it in context until just this moment. So let's do this. What?
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Let's do this. Oh, there we go. Let's go back to Moa as we move things around. Okay, so a few keywords about the character. Now, it says
Oh,
name.
you can.
Go
You
ahead.
can just have those filled in randomly, or we can take suggestions from the.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So now is the keywords? I just plop in keywords here, like smart. Oops. Well, that'll work. Strong and nimble. Like that? Are we doing it like that? Or is this? It says
I can't see
name.
anything with the screen sharing up, so.
Oh no. With your screen share up, you can't see anything.
No.
Well, that's a pain in the. You know what?
It's name suggestions. Okay, we don't need those yet.
We don't need those. Yeah, no. Let's then let's fill in with random ideas. Okay, so we've got some random ideas, and folks, if you are hanging out and you've got, hey, Terrace. Terrace says, big fan. Well, Terrace, we're a big fan of you.
Glad
Hopefully,
to have you.
if you are here for the first time, enjoy. We are a damned delight. Okay, so I did it. I did a random fill. We have Polly Rhiannon Walker, 30 years old, upper class, a bachelor's degree, lovable, standoffish.
And then
So there's our character.
Okay.
yeah, if you click write me a profile, it'll turn all of that into a character backstory or a character
Ooh.
write-up.
Oh wow, I love this.
There you go.
30-year-old scientific researcher.
Junior
who
scientific
enjoys-
researcher.
Ooh, nice.
Enjoys cookery.
And helping
Helping
old
old
ladies
ladies.
cross the road. This is definitely a superhero.
Yes, definitely superhero material. Lovable and reliable, but also standoffish and a bit impatient.
All right.
All right, I like it. Good shape. She's short with light skin, golden hair, and green eyes.
She's gay.
Yep.
All right.
3 children with
3
her
kids.
girlfriend.
Aw.
Well, look at that. I love it.
Monique, age 0.
I want to real quick. I just want to see the website. AJ, I just linked it above in chat, so you can give that a click and check it out. I know, really awesome. And Gene, just to support your notion, straight people like RPGs too. Absolutely.
Yes,
You know, it just
absolutely.
it's like all people do, and we like them. So
We're very inclusive.
we are very inclusive. Got some best friend action. Okay, great.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Although
Okay.
her spouse is 20 years older than her, and that feels a little...
That's weird. That's a little
awkward.
Let's change that to 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
okay.
better.
I like that. Now, I want to be able to keep this. Do they have an export?
I've never tried.
How are you underweight and heavily
And heavily built.
Gymnast.
Right?
built? Okay.
Sure.
Sure. All muscle, no fat. Resigned lab assistant and is now a junior scientific researcher. Political views. Okay, looks like
Wow,
we
this
are.
is a lot. Oh, you've got a
I know.
publish option. I
I
don't know what that does.
Let's
Oh, published
know, right?
characters are available to anybody with a link.
Wow. Okay. Well, then I'm going to do 2 things with this. I'm going to drop it in our chat, and then I'm going to drop it here.
All right. So
Let's-
we've got... Do we want to give her basic stat write-up and then do random powers?
Yeah.
can
That
do
feels
that.
right. So let's do
Pass this on to me. So Polly... What was her last name? Walker?
Walker.
Walker. Yeah, and I dropped that link in chat if you want
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how many people in our group use Pure Lab, so this is a good chance to learn it if you do. If you used Windows in 1998, you'll be very familiar with the layout.
Yes.
If you're making a player character, it'll automatically set you up at power level 10, but you can set it down to like power level 5, power level 6, whatever you need, and it'll automatically do the math for how many points you get. And if you want to build characters with more points, you can say, well, give my players 20 points per level, and it'll,
Good job.
again, do the math for you.
Yeah.
And then if you're just doing a villain or an NPC, you click on this right here, and you can just click that. It won't worry about PowerPoint costs, and it'll just automatically calculate your power
Right.
level.
How nice.
But-
Apuka's,
We're making her as a player character.
yeah,
so-
Apuka's the one that introduced this to me, and it did revolutionize character creation. Really, really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and if you've got supplements, you can decide what content from other books to add, like the gadgets from the gadget guide, the different advantages we have in Hero High, the powers in power profiles.
Super handy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, all the optional rules from the Game Master's Guide.
Claude says, "Oh, that'd be neat using chemicals as gadgets."
Well, let's see what we end up with.
Okay,
Powers.
so
Yeah, right.
let's see. So she's a scientific
Okay.
researcher.
So
So
she's probably pretty smart.
I think we bump up her int by what, 1 or 2? Give her a decent
Yep.
presence, I think. And what did we hear about
Agreed.
her, like physical? Like physically, how is she?
Well, it says physically she's in good shape.
Yeah,
All
just
right,
underweight.
so Just like all
So-
around.
That suggests she's kind of lithe and agile to a certain
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah, all right. Agility. Like she can leap around, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we don't really know how good she is at fighting. We don't know necessarily how
Not too
perceptive
much
she is.
about her awareness.
Yeah. It sounds like she's kind of stubborn because she can be standoffish and overly reliant. So we'll
Mhm.
give a little here
True.
and then like bump up her will a little.
Yeah. Agreed.
I like. They say that she, well, let's see, standoffish and a bit impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Degree chemistry. She's obsessed with jazz. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So we'll go over here to skills. Add an extra expertise.
Yep.
Jazz. And expertise chemistry. I mean, you can just do expertise science. I like to be a little more specific. So,
Mhm.
yeah, what are standards? I always forget what our benchmarks are for skills.
Well, if she's
doing it
either obsessed or
professionally,
professional, she's probably going to want at least like 4 ranks in it, thereabouts.
Yeah. Oh, skill
You know,
benchmarks. A total
you can
plus
get a-
5 means the character can routinely. Someone less skilled. Okay, that's just telling us how good they are at routine tasks. So I'm gonna go with 5 for chemistry and what, a 3 for jazz? You think that's good?
That
or-
sounds like a good hobbyist.
No, they talk about yeah, exactly. She enjoys cookery and helping old ladies across the road.
Sounds like she's got to be a little athletic then. Old ladies are heavy. Cooking. Do we want to put expertise cooking on here?
No, doesn't say she's good at it, but
Okay,
yeah, it's probably
that's fair.
good at a few things.
You think she's probably pretty good at tasting, but with the perception?
Yeah, maybe a rank or 2 there.
Okay. And she's likable, so again, I
So,
think
yeah.
bumping her persuasion a little would be all right.
Agreed.
Oh, her partner is a chef as well. Interesting. Okay.
Oh,
Well, that might be
interesting.
why she enjoys cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I think she works in a lab, so she'd probably have a few ranks of technology and or
Yeah,
and
it's
or
true.
treatment.
Probably knows her way around some technical things.
All right. I'll bump it up there with her chemistry expertise, so she can do it professionally.
Here's one we can keep or sort of jettison. Polly's best friend is a junior scientific researcher alongside her called Kaylin Kelly. They're inseparable. She also hangs around with Benedict Curry and Noah Blake. They enjoy competitive dog grooming together.
Competitive dog grooming.
Dog grooming, yes.
All right, that's definitely what connected to get favors, dog grooming related favors.
Right.
Yeah. Now, are they saying that Benedict and Noah are the competitive dog grooming,
Dog groomers.
or they all enjoy it?
I
Well,
think
I
that's
guess
left
could
up
be,
to us.
yeah, it could be interpreted either way, really.
Really?
So yeah, what any other advantages we can think of that work here? Married to a chef. Again, kind of falls into connected.
Right. I mean, that's sort of a life advantage, but
Yeah.
No, they say she's very short.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a superpower, I'm told.
Indeed.
So her nickname is Rihanna, her middle name, or Short Polly.
Short Polly? I like that because it implies there's a big Polly.
Right. Somewhere.
There's a really tall Polly somewhere.
All right. So now we need to give Polly some superpowers to give us something else to work off of.
Yeah, so we can kind of determine. So yeah, 40 points. We've kind of got,
Yeah.
a
Good
really
start.
decent chemical researcher who knows her way around a computer and sensory equipment, kind of stubborn,
Yep.
you know.
Pretty capable, sort of well-rounded NPC character.
No real fighting yet, but I get the impression we're going to add some fighting.
Chances are good.
Chances
All right.
are good.
Troy,
All right.
take us to the superpowers.
Let's get to the superpowers, and here we go. All right.
Yeah, just hit generate.
Generate. There we go. A mental master, subconscious control, can access and control their own subconscious.
Huh.
Ah,
Ultra bravery.
yeah. Let me actually zoom in on this so everybody can get Strengthened by greed, weakened by homesickness.
Huh.
Hmm.
So this sounds like a Tom Strong, like hypnosis
Yeah.
type hero,
Right?
like unlocking the power of the inner mind.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
no psychic powers, like outright, but like
But
has
sort
used
of,
psychic powers to. Yeah.
mind over matter, you know?
Mm-hmm. Now, wow,
I like that.
That to me sounds like a multiple effects array.
Agreed. And now the power origin is alien technology.
Huh.
So it sounds like Polly was doing some research
Oh.
involving some unusual technology.
It's something that opened up her mind.
Mm.
So mind over matter. I mean, to me, that always feels like, stronger, tougher, faster.
Right. I mean, something like
that'd
some
be-
kind of ability boost,
Yeah, enhanced
seems
ability.
kind of called for.
What? Agility. Let's go with. Do you want to add +4 to each so it's high level human, but not like superhuman
that makes
necessarily?
sense. Kind of like up to the human limits, but not really much beyond that.
Yeah. Strength.
Here's what's interesting. So I at first when I saw this, I was like, what? But that she has control over her subconscious and is strengthened by greed, like that sort of sets her up to be sort of the anti-capitalist, sort of, can't be tricked by the corporate sort of thing.
Mm.
Weakened by homesickness. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that to me sounds like her power comes from her connections to others.
Yes, yeah.
So when she feels isolated from people, she starts to lose her powers.
Right.
All right. Do you know what? I think we should definitely bump her fighting way up.
Yeah. Because even though she doesn't have any formal training, her weird sort of mind over body abilities just make her an amazing natural fighter.
Yeah. Would she be immune to anything from
Well,
that?
she might be.
Like,
I mean,
immune to
if
environmental
she
conditions or immune to pain?
right? Yeah, possibly.
Like mental influence or...
She could have like half immunity to mental effects.
Yeah, that's resistance or immunity to mental effects is certainly a good possibility.
Yeah.
If we wanted to be, really, more complicated about it, we could even go into, some sort of a variable immunity where she can be immune to a thing at a time if she's focused on it.
Oh.
Well, here's a couple things, suggestions. Maybe she uses alien foodstuffs, herbs, or elixirs, which she reverse cultivated. Interesting. Claude says I think she also has some extra resistance against mental elements.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Apoop says immune to fear, mind control, mental effects. Yeah, mind control says Jane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Claude says second chance versus mind control.
Yep, that's also a good possibility.
Kind of model that stubbornness.
Yep.
There we go. Added a power loss complication.
There we are.
I like it.
So yeah, like out of good fighter. I think we should just bump her natural awareness up a little bit as well.
Yeah, that same thing of that sort of subconscious control.
I like it.
Now, we could, and if we were doing this in more detail, we might make some of these ability ranks into enhanced abilities that would go under her powers.
Oh, they already are.
Okay, great. See, that Hero Lab's already doing all the work for us.
Yeah, and then we can just click that off when she loses her powers or
them.
feels isolated.
Perfect.
For those of you just tuning in, you will had a little food poisoning last night, and so we've got some.
Second chance versus mind control is a good one
Yeah,
too.
it's an absolutely good one.
What was that again? Say that.
Oh, second chance.
Second chance versus
yes.
mind control is a really good one.
Yeah.
And Polly is definitely going to be a character who's going to get some use out of having some advantages as well.
Yeah. I think we probably want to give her some equipment as well. Somebody who, like, mastered self-hypnosis and then went out and fought crime. She's probably somebody who's using, like, I don't know, a cool staff or a nail gun.
Certainly somebody... I was going to say somebody who would maybe invent herself a chemical weapon.
Oh,
With her skills of something that she can use to drug people to put them to sleep, or something of that sort.
Ooh, so some kind of device. What do you think? Easily removable.
Yep.
And
like a trank gun or something of that sort.
Thinking too, like in moments where there's sort of a control, villain kind of controlling the group or creating an illusion or whatever, if she can see through that, maybe she's got some kind of flashbangs or, things to kind of...
Yeah.
Let's see. Claude says, maybe 5-use self-healing chemical concoction she uses to stay in the fight.
Yeah, so is this like an alien tranquilizer or is this like using this Earth technology and kind of want to limit it a little, or?
That's a good question. It might be some enhanced thing that she's developed based on, her research
and exposure to alien. Something.
It's going to need increased range because...
Yeah, affliction is touch.
Yeah. And do we want it to be cumulative? So if she can shoot you a couple of times, it'll get worse
Probably
and worse?
a good idea.
Nathan says if she can control her subconscious, chemicals that affect, disrupt, overwhelm other people's subconscious would be on brand. Used both ways, like to kind of pull people out of it or...
And... Oh, dang it, I accidentally hit escape too many times.
Yes, that's easy to do.
Oh, well, you know what? Chemical array.
There we go.
Very enthusiastic. Tear gas.
Yes.
Yeah, let me add the affliction back really quick. So... Tranquilizer, so... Fatigued, exhausted, resisted by fortitude, cumulative, and increased range.
Yes.
Nice.
And I say 8, and then we focus on making her more accurate. It kind of fits with the whole...
Yep. Agreed. And 8's good for a cumulative one. It's not going to take out a lot of characters in one hit, but, a couple will definitely do.
And then, what do we want for her other chemical gadgets? Somebody said tear gas?
Yeah.
Somebody else said a healing injection?
Yeah.
All right, so tear gas is going to be an affliction again.
Agreed.
That's going to be... Oh, cloud area.
Yep.
And...
Also ranged.
Would it, or...
Well, it could be a close...
Melee... Yeah, melee... multi-attack, linked...
Just do reach and...
Increased... No, not increased range. Extra range? What is the one that just adds, like, a flat... Oh, reach.
Yep. Add some reach and make it a short... she can just throw them a short distance.
Yeah, just something... Throw 30 or 40 feet.
Apuk says chemical pellets, grenades that explode into quick hardening foam. Ooh. Interesting.
Oh, what does tear gas do? I don't remember. Hindered? Impaired? Impaired's more for sensory stuff.
Yeah,
Dazed?
I would probably say it could be either dazed and stunned, or it could be impaired and disabled. If it's imposing penalties.
Yeah, and then I guess incapacitated.
Yeah.
And again, that's fortitude.
Yep.
And yeah, we've got 20 points to spend, so that can be a rank 7 tear gas grenade.
Oh.
And somebody said a healing injection?
Claude.
Do we want to add anything?
You're breaking up a little bit on us.
No,
I am?
Yeah.
just a bit. Well, healing could potentially be energizing or the like if it also takes care of
yeah.
fatigue.
There we go. You can get a healing 6 effect if we add energizing,
That's
which
good.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and these are easily removable, not movable.
Right.
Oh. Right. These all need to be set to easily removable.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. Oh, which means I can increase the rank a little bit.
Yeah.
So as you're playing around in Hero Lab, it's interesting when I'm checking some of this stuff out. I'm seeing that, how do you know that something like clearly you've been using it for some time, and so you can get in there and click around. For people who are using it for kind of the first time, what do we recommend they do to kind of learn it? You just get in and start clicking around. Does the software give you a heads up if you, for instance, didn't set your removables to easily removable or whatever?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't give you a heads up necessarily, but it'll, when the points don't quite add up the way you think they should, it's usually because you haven't clicked on the right drop down or the right little click box. And then if there's something wrong with the math, you'll get a little notice down here in the corner, and you can click on that and get, complications must have 2 complications, must have expertise, or an expertise area must be specified. Because I have this expertise window that's not filled out.
That's not filled in.
And then if you've got questions, of course, you want to bring them to your regular Monday Umamo, and we will endeavor. But you can also head over to Reddit. And would you do me a favor and share your join link to your community, the incredibly helpful community that you can join and ask some questions?
There are also video tutorials on YouTube. That's how I learned way back when.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then she uses a bunch of medical chemicals, so I think we should add a little treatment.
I think so. That would make sense.
Yeah, all of her attacks are ranged, so...
Yep. So we definitely want some ranged skill.
Ooh, weapons. Chemical tools. And then affects attack, tear gas grenades, and tranquilizer. I think we could probably kind of make them fit together by describing it as like a dart instead of a gun. Like she throws tranquilizer shurikens.
Ooh, I like it.
And then I'm just going to take it up to plus 12 to make it PL10 because her tranquilizer rank is 8 and a 12 to hit makes it balance out to a 10.
Perfect.
And you don't have to do it like that. It's just... I've been doing this too long.
Right. And because Hero Lab calculates things for you, you can just increase ranks on things until you hit whatever the power level limit is. And that's the way you'll know that you're at the right level.
Yeah, and I think we can bump her defenses up a little more.
Yeah,
like her dodge
definitely.
is pretty low. And it's fine for a hero to have things that are, low. Like she might be bad at dodging.
Right.
But you still don't want it to be super low. And then I feel like for her, we can either give her some, she's made herself some, like a Kevlar costume or do...
Or some defensive roll.
Defensive roll, yeah.
Yeah.
So, over here with advantages. And we can put that up to 8, or sorry, up to 3, which gives her a toughness of 8. Put her parry up to 12.
Yeah, that's pretty
She
good.
feels like she's just kind of getting started in the hero gig. What was the other thing she could do with her mastery? She's mastered her own subconscious.
Yeah.
And she's like superhumanly brave, so we definitely want fearless.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We want to put
Ultra bravery.
ultra bravery, fearless.
That makes sense too, with having some mastery over your subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, we could do a lot more things with that. Luck for like digging deep.
Yep.
And
Pook says,
eidetic memory is certainly a possibility.
oh,
yeah.
that's true. And I'll just put these as... You can put these in with her powers as well, but I think these are just skills she's learned alongside the mastery of her.
I like it.
And what about effort? Or extraordinary effort?
Extraordinary effort makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, we could justify just about any of the various combat-related advantages to go with her enhanced skills and the like.
Yeah. Do we want to bump up any of her other skills, like her athletics or, I don't know,
That would
close combat or...
Yeah, that would make a certain amount of sense.
So, and do we want to just bump up her close combat unarmed or just leave it as is? Plus 10 to hit isn't bad.
No, I was going to say that's actually pretty good. That covers her fighting and all of that pretty well.
Yeah, we've got 7 more points left to spend. We give her a second language, or
Apuk mentions the speed of thought advantage, which would shift her.
Except her int is 2 and her agility is 7.
I was going to say right, except that it wouldn't be any advantage to her.
Yeah.
So.
We can bump her fortitude up a little more, or.
Yeah, that would make a certain amount of sense, especially considering that mind over body effect. And we still have room for a little more will as well.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, they're really leaning into the random generator is really leaning into self, like knowledgeable, learned, literate. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what else do we want to? Could I have more technology or more expertise in chemistry, or?
And this
she doesn't seem like she drives.
This is usually the point in character creation where you've done a lot of your concept and you're like, I've just got a handful of points left over.
Yeah.
What sort of things can I top off as far as that goes?
Claude asked, is there a good chemically feature we could make up?
Do we have a chemical powers in the power profiles?
That's an interesting question. I know we have some matter control powers and the like.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean mentions a lot of fields, like toughness, will show the breakdown if you hover over them.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. You can get a little pop-up here where...
You can see how it's all built.
Nice.
Yeah, and same with the attacks, where if you hover over them, it'll tell or give you details, and with the advantages, if you hover over those, it'll give you the rules text.
Oh, nice! That's great.
Yeah.
Warden Maximus mentioned that's when I add a random ability just to mix it up.
Right. Well, like one thing we could take into account is giving Polly something like a motorcycle. That she uses to get around town and fight crime.
Because
she doesn't have any movement powers of her own.
That's true.
And it's always super awkward when you're a superhero and you have to take the bus.
That's
Can confirm.
I can also confirm.
There we go. She can't drive it yet, though.
Well, she's not a great driver.
So we need to pull like 1 point off of... I don't want to pull 1 point off of jazz, but it's like the only skill I can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, talking like Polly on a moped.
So yeah, she can drive okay. She's not going to be skidding underneath any
She's not
closing
do a lot of
gates anytime
stunts.
soon.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
A lot of folks mentioned Inventor, and that's certainly something that's an option.
Yeah, chemical.
I feel like Polly is a skilled chemist, but not an especially on the fly inventive one. At least not yet.
I feel like all of her tools in her chemical array were probably things she derived from the alien chemical that awoke in her control of the subconscious.
Like that, and it fits. She's a junior scientific researcher.
Okay, so what's her motivation? Because every character needs one. Is she doing good?
Yes.
Is she looking for acceptance?
I think
motivation, greed. She could be trying to get rich.
Right.
Now, is it her greed or other greed? Like, that was sort of the where she derives her powers, or know.
That is also sort of open to interpretation.
Yeah. Real quick, some of the things that they mention here is a very high student debt. Yes, exactly.
Ow.
Too soon. Very loyal.
Yeah. So that could just be doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and her helping old ladies, qualities suggest that she's a bit of a do-gooder.
Yeah. She's okay. So they clarify her hobby is cookery, helping old ladies across the road, listening to music, competitive dog grooming, and jigsaw puzzles.
I love that she's into competitive dog grooming. She has no skills for competitive dog grooming.
No, didn't say she was any good at it.
The beauty of a hobby. Yeah. Oh, those poor dogs.
What would you even roll for that? Do we need to make up a new skill? Perform competitive dog grooming?
Performance and competitive, right?
But so that's the long and short of it, and then you can just you can save the PDF, or you can just save the portfolio.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she needs a superhero name.
Yeah, I know.
So she's awakened her subconscious, and she has a bunch of chemical tools.
Right.
Interesting.
I kind of want to go with like dream or nightmare themed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jonesy says defender of the neighborhood.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Pink pistol.
The pink pistol.
The lavender menace. She just bets on dog grooming competition. Oh, Claude.
Yeah.
That would be actually pretty funny. Leave it to Claude.
Apook proposes Lucid.
Oh, Lucid's good.
Lady Lucid?
I don't even know if it needs a lady.
No.
I don't think it does. I think you're right. Yeah.
Just save the portfolio real quick. All right. And then you can just hit output.
Right.
Oh, sorry, and that puts out the text version. There's also save PDF of Hero. Oh, I don't have the PDF plugin for this one, so I can't. But you can get the PDF plugin for free over on the website. If you buy the program. But yeah. That's how fast you can bring a character together. And honestly, I kind of like Lucid. I think I'd play her at the table.
Yeah, right?
I really do too.
Very
well
tricks.
rounded.
Yeah, if you want a weird chemical for any occasion, you can just spend a hero point to get an alternate power on her chemical array. So you can get your shark repellent spray or your smoke bombs. Or in fact, she might have
anti-venom.
Oh no, a motorcycle's exactly 10 EP, so we can't tweak the motorcycle yet. She needs...
But,
1 XP. Yeah.
Goals.
She can tinker with that.
Claude mentions tall Polly. No one would suspect she's actually short Polly.
Right. She wears stilts.
Yeah, lifts in the boots.
That's right. That's right. She rides around the motorcycle standing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Lucid looks a little like short Polly, but she's too tall. It's impossible.
She's way too tall.
I love it. Okay.
No, short Polly's like 5'1".
Right?
That's right. Yeah. She doesn't.
Lucid's got to be at least 5'4".
I love it. And okay, so do we want to do that again?
In the next
Huh?
9 minutes?
No.
I mean, we could throw something real quick together in 9 minutes.
Let's do that. Let's do something real fast.
All right.
Okay. Pull up the concept and the
Let's
powers at the same time, and we'll
Do it
see
live.
what we can do.
Will do. One
Do it
second.
live.
Character generator. Why did I go all the way back to the beginning here? This is perfect. Okay. So how do I reset this?
Just reload the page.
I did that, and let me do this. Yeah, and it takes me right here. So
You gotta swap us around, Troy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll do that one
Okay.
second. Okay, here we go. Great. And ta-da! And random ideas. No, we're gonna do that again. Okay, we've got
I'll get Zach this time.
Ooh.
Oh, Zach.
what? It's flipped
Oh.
to Ollie, and here we go. All right.
Zach
so here's
Blunder.
Zach.
Zach Blunder.
That is wow. He's a working class.
He's a jobber.
He's-
Like,
He sounds like it, right?
he's such a jobber villain, but he's pansexual.
He is
So.
pansexual. He is creative and gentle.
Everybody knows the shocker goes both ways.
But also violent and dull.
sounds like a jobber
Well, he's
more
a
and more.
villain.
Yep.
He's overweight, but he's got muscles. He's African, eye color black, skin tone chocolate, natural hair color black, dyed hair
Dyed
color.
blonde.
Got
Yeah.
blonde, though.
Let's write up a profile and see
Oh
what happens.
my.
Okay. 47-year-old blogger.
Oh dear.
Reading,
Vandalizing
vandalizing
bus
bus
stops.
stops, and working on cars.
He's creative and gentle.
All
He goes-
right, I'm already getting into the skills.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna need some stealth. He needs some vehicles.
Right.
I'm gonna give him a benefit. So I don't want him to be a big tech head, so I'm gonna
Yep.
give him a benefit that he
Mhm.
can use his vehicles modifier
Yep.
to repair cars and trucks.
Perfect.
And that's
Excellent
what the
use of
benefit is
benefit.
for.
Yep. 100%.
There we go.
Now, what were you just saying? What is his? This is. Did you say understands how to repair cars and trucks?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
we just
specifically,
addressed
yeah,
that.
benefit. Benefit is the way you tweak, generally, what skill you use for one aspect of another skill.
Mhm.
We've done, I think, a burglar one that uses stealth for the disabling security systems
Technology.
function of technology.
Yep.
Nice. Well, I wanted to just show you real quick the power. I went ahead and just generated.
Mechanical
skill.
intuition.
Ooh, and super charm. All right,
Yeah,
so that's going to be
first one.
easy.
Yeah.
And
Mechanical
then I also did-
intuition. So I'm going to say he's got comprehend machines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talks
he
to
talk-
machines.
Can he talk back, though?
Mm. Well, do machines just prefer him to regular people, or do they actually
I don't know.
understand and do what he tells them?
Claude,
I'm
we are
going to
not
go
calling this the
multiple
show.
effects. Mechanopath. There we go. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
Mechanopath.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give him a couple of ranks of technology, too, because he
Yeah.
can talk to machines.
We talk to machines, so
So he starts out just being a gearhead who can tweak cars, but
right.
we should make him like Big Wheel from Spider-Man, where he's
So-
just got a souped-up car.
Here's the thing. The reason that he's into wrecking bus stops is that he has decided that machines all talk to him and that the buses are being improperly enslaved.
Buses
yeah.
are a public transit is a form of slavery.
Yep.
Yeah, and that the buses are treated poorly by the riders and the
He is for liberating the machines.
Jonesy mentions we need art for these characters. Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, so I gave him 8 ranks of technology and 8 ranks of vehicles from his mechanopath. I'll drop his comprehend machines into here.
Mm-hmm.
Machines and electronics.
Pook says
Add.
you can lock those batteries into Teslas.
So can he do anything with this? Like, can he control machines at a range, or does he just understand them intuitively?
Well, that is a question.
Is it control, or can he somehow
Also said he's got enhanced.
Can he also allow them to do them, like give them the ability to have a will?
Like awaken them?
We'd have to decide that. I mean,
Yeah.
it could range from his, intuition is such that he can turn machines, into robots or minions if he has time.
He might just be
work on
projecting
them.
his subconscious into them.
Right.
So they appear to have agency, but he's really.
So if he controls them actively, that would be like a move object power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty much just for manipulating controls.
The mechanicist.
The mech anarchist.
Mech anarchist.
Anarchist.
Yeah, but if he can bring vehicles to life, that's a summon power.
Yes, exactly.
So we have to decide.
Well,
Bringing vehicles to life is pretty powerful.
Superpower. Pook says he can't control machines, but he can talk to them and use his super charm like any normal interaction skill check.
Yeah.
Like they just like him better.
Yeah, but awakening them is still
a power. Yeah.
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 I'm gonna give him pretty decent stats. And then he's got super presence. Yeah.
Right.
So that would be summon, because
Yeah,
he's still creating a new thing on the battlefield.
Right. It's summon, but he has a source where he needs machines to summon his things from.
Yeah, and he's got to persuade them, so they wouldn't be controlled.
Nope.
I would say they're active, maybe?
Yeah.
Can he make more than one?
I tend to think that that'll make him more of a team threat if he can get a bunch of machines.
So less than cooperative, indifferent. So yeah, if they just awaken and they're indifferent and he's got to coax them to work with him, then attitude is a good option.
Oh, guys, really?
If you can awaken more than one at once for his multiple minions, then we need a horde. But if he needs to tap each one to wake it up,
then he doesn't.
And there's options for this power in power profiles that would also work, like own power. Here, if you go into character and configure hero, you can get that original page back. Here we go. Okay, and okay. And that gives me access to all of the subpowers and options in power profiles. Active, controlled, self-powered. Here we go. That means the vehicles are there. Whatever he awakens can only move around on its own. He doesn't just snap his fingers and there's, a DeLorean there to fight you.
They don't appear out of thin air,
Let's go forward because he can get a couple at once, and let's make them active so that they're, a whole team threat. But they're still minions.
It's going to be a pretty expensive power.
It is, so we probably won't give it a lot of ranks.
Yeah. But they don't need to be real high-level minions.
Yeah. If we go with, rank 5, that means they're, 75-point minions, which, you know what? Danger Zones has
a
stat blocks for awakened machines.
We can find out exactly how many points they should be.
Thank you, Past Crystal. Here we go. An animated car is 33 points. So you just need 3 ranks of summon. If you want something bigger, animated vending machine isn't really any bigger.
5 ranks of someone would cover things like an animated construction vehicle.
Yeah. We've got animated bulldozer for 58 points. So he really only needs 4 ranks.
Yeah.
And then we can put the rest in another rank of multiple minion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
So that'll give him, 4 bulldozers at once he can animate?
Yep.
Does that sound good to everybody?
The caromancer.
I think we want to give him some equipment. He seems like a guy who's gonna need like
Yeah.
a good suit of armor.
Yeah,
And
he's
well,
obviously tinkered
does he have,
together
like-
himself.
Yeah, does he have
Yeah,
a way of,
let's do it up.
increasing with... I'm wondering if there's something about his... Well, no, maybe not. I mean, he's not the brightest bulb.
Right.
I mean, he's a pretty
So-
smart guy. He's just eccentric. So he's
Okay,
got.
okay. What about, like, being able to get into the mechanics of it all? Is that part of what he's got in his suit, or is it
Yeah,
more...
hear me out.
armor and- Go
Full
for it.
plate made out of car parts,
Yep, 100%.
Yes, yeah.
and then
Yes.
we can
Yeah.
give him like
But
a
he is
personal.
welded together at home.
Yeah, we can give him like a personal custom weapon. So like, use the stats for a warhammer,
Yep,
make it a giant wrench,
Why not? I love this.
and then
exactly.
Warden Maximus says, I'm contacting you to talk about your powers.
stun
and
ammo.
warranty."
And then we can give the wrench like a custom accessory, which is just basically give it an advantage. So,
Yes.
what do we want the wrench to be able to do?
Maybe change into, what other
Well,
tools you might need to...
Could be good for disarming.
Oh
could
yeah,
have-
improved disarm
Yeah,
because it can hook on
because
things.
it can wrench things away from people.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, I don't think I calculated the point on that. Yeah. I didn't add the extra point in for the wrench disarm.
There we
Because
go.
he can wrench things out of their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I really like that. There is a career paths thing here that talks about culinary, politics, or writer. I wonder if,
He's a
if-
blogger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. He's a
Oh,
blogger.
yeah.
And he's talking about neighborhood infrastructure for cars and general public transit and...
So that'd be an expertise, what, for local?
Yeah, probably.
Or streetwise? Probably
Something
local.
like that. Local, I guess.
Yeah. Local politics. There we go.
Boy, that blog really does sort of highlight the dull aspect, which is not necessarily dim, but not
And then,
exciting.
yeah. Do we want him to actually be pretty persuasive in his weird arguments? We can
I
give him
think
some
so.
persuasion, because he's already got super charisma.
I kind of think it's a little more
And then-
interesting if he's not all that persuasive.
Oh, that's fair.
But he,
In that case,
he rants a lot, but he's not very
Yeah.
persuasive. Like no one is really listening.
That's
that,
right.
yeah, that does make him a more interesting
But-
jobber villain.
But the machines listen to him. They understand.
They're the only ones who understand.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna
And the
combine-
monotonous rant is not all that exciting.
I'm going to combine some close attack, so he's, good up close in general, with
Yeah.
some specific ranks in wrench.
wielding that wrench.
So
yeah.
he's real good. He's like a plus 14 to hit with that wrench, but only, well, not only, he's like a plus 8 to hit unarmed.
unarmed. So
There's
there's
what
a point
else?
to disarming him.
So,
No, I've not heard of
doesn't
the
have
word.
any big connected? No.
No.
Die Hard?
I mean, he could have
Extraordinary effort?
Inventor, but again, I feel like that's a little too inventive for him.
Yeah, he seems... It doesn't seem like he lacks the ability, it seems like he lacks the focus.
Right.
But
I
some of
tend
these
to agree.
improved ones could work pretty
Yeah,
well.
he could get away with some of those improved, like improved disarm is,
Yeah, that's what we gave him with his wrench.
good with the
Improved
wrench.
initiative. He seems like
Yeah.
the kind of guy who's,
Yeah.
Doing
oh,
this by
improvised
his
tools.
range.
Improvised tools. Now that is more like it.
Yeah.
Improvised weapon is a maybe.
I
But
would
he
go
already
for
has
it.
one.
He could
Yeah,
basically
I
pick
mean,
up anything and
Anything and make it a weapon.
Oh, I like that. Claude, what if you used a car door as a shield?
That's more of
Actually,
a power
we-
stunt.
It's a good point. We haven't used.
We should
We haven't bumped his
pump up his
defenses.
defenses, though.
Oh, sure, yeah. Jonesy asks, maybe he doesn't use a muscle car because of his relationship with vehicles and not wanting to, but does he? Do he need a car? Does he need a
I mean, he's probably got a car that is also a friend, so we should probably give him some. like a minion rank.
Cars are friends.
Oh, I like that.
Like,
I like.
Uh-huh. I'm just even
or
now just
maybe it would
picturing.
be equipment. I don't know.
It could be. I'm
With a
even
rank
now
for
just
AI.
picturing like his whether or not he has a vendetta against ride shares or he's in favor of them.
Yeah.
Well, I think because the car doesn't get a cut.
Cut, right? They should have a say in that, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember the character from Batman Beyond? Whose name I can't remember now. He was the bomber who would rant about,
Mm-hmm.
was more often than not absolutely right about his anti-authoritarian rants,
Mm-hmm. Right.
but then tried to blow everybody up.
Re-up.
Cars are friends, not food.
Okay, I'm going to say car.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And then we go over here. Click. He's got all of these minions now because he's got summon and a vehicle. I say we give him a +1 to strength, a little extra toughness, a little extra defense to make it,
Yeah.
maneuverable.
Yeah.
Feature. I'm going to say remote control because he can do it with his
Because his
brain.
power can drive it.
Yeah, an alarm.
Plus, that way you can have him driving the car while he's like standing on top of it.
That's
Absolutely.
right. Kind of a Knight Rider vibe.
Hey, baby. Hey. And then, because cars don't normally have an intellect, we can just add an enhanced.
Yeah.
Here we go. Enhanced ability. So normally, when you don't have an intelligence score, it starts at a 0. So if we want it to have an average int, we would add 5 ranks. So it's essentially got an int of 0.
Right.
And then if we wanted to add skills or things like that, but I don't think we need to.
All right, I'm
And
dropping
the car equipment, if the car owns a car. Okay, we've already gone on way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's 3:08. You got 8 bonus minutes. This was absolutely a blast. I love the. I love these character generators. Real quick, I dropped a thank you to those folks. And again, check the link that I just dropped and go over and say, hey, thanks. This was a lot of fun. And let them know that their work is appreciated.
Yeah.
Because they're great. They also respond really well to any thoughts. Gene asks, who will be the next astonishing adventure? Do we have that 30 seconds or 10 seconds
I
worth of?
believe that will be Night of the Robots.
Night of the Living Robots.
Yeah, Night of the Living Robots, which Alex is developing now.
Nice. Okay, fantastic. And all right, well, with that being said, we have got to go. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Make sure you go over to our Patreon, check out what we got cooking there, which you can do patreon.com/mutantsand masterminds. You also want to, if you're watching this on demand, check out our links that we drop in the chat. But everybody, this is just a moment, just a quick moment, just to sort of take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, look at where you are in the world of the internet. Do me a favor and click the thumb in the upwards direction and subscribe. Make sure you, jiggle that bell, and then, no matter where you are, follow, share, like, comment, all the good things. That helps us out a great deal. You wouldn't imagine how much it helps us out with our SEO. Crystal, Steve, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure as always.
Yeah, absolutely. My love to the chat. You are always amazing. And do me a favor, friends. Listen to this little tune we put together. That's from DJ Disembodied Me. Do enjoy, and we'll see you all later. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Hey,
Bye, Dr.
Corky's
Corgi.
back, by the way.
Bye, Dr. Corgi.